Roxanne in the front.
Hello.
So, congratulations on your career and everything you've contributed to the sport, but what are your initial thoughts after the reception you got after that fight?
I'm very honored and very deeply touched by the reception that the fans gave me, and I really tried to remember that moment and know that everyone's proud of me and is cheering for me, and that was really cool. So thank you, everybody.
This might seem like a strange question, but has it set in yet that that was like your last walkout, your last fight, your last like leaving the octagon and everything?
Yes, I tried to look around extra and thank the commentators and just take it all in as I left.
And I remember you had saying that in preparation for this fight that you were ready to throw like everything you hadn't been able to throw throughout your career, you were ready to throw in there. So did you get to throw everything you wanted in there?
I did. I threw a lot of stuff. I'm really, really happy. Like, I was very sad at first. First I was numb, then I was sad, and then I realized that I had thrown everything that I really wanted to throw, and I always, as a martial artist, my goal is to really show that I've gotten stronger. Like, I train every day because I want to get stronger, and I was able to throw the kibosh. That's the overhead fist, and I think it's hilarious, and I really wanted to throw it, and I threw it, and she smiled like, what was that? And I was so happy. I was so excited. And I managed to throw some spinning stuff, and I was able to fight with a mental clarity that I've never had before, and I really, really wanted it, and that was one of my goals, and I wanted to leave the octagon saying, I got stronger because I trained really hard, and I did, so I'm happy.
When they read split decisions, was part of you like, oh, I might get this victory to ride off into the sunset?
I kind of thought I won. I know we both hit each other a lot. I hit her with some great stuff, and I took her down a couple times. I thought I might have gotten the victory. She also hit me a bunch. Obviously, yes, but I was happy when they were doing the split, although I wanted the victory. But congrats to her. She's a very strong competitor.
Were you able to say anything to her after? I mean, the crowd, we couldn't really hear what she was saying because the crowd was obviously very pro you and anti her in there.
Let's see, what did she say? She complimented me and said some nice things that I can't recall off the top of my head, but thank you. And I think I said it was an honor back to her. It was really cool. I'm glad we got to fight.
And then finally, do you want to explain to the fans why you decided to walk out as All Might at the ceremonial weigh-ins?
Yes, All Might is one of my favorite characters in this anime that I like, and he is the #1 hero, and in the series he uses up all of himself and he passes the power to the next generation, and I wanted that to be kind of my parting. You know. Now it's up to you.
Hi, Roxanne over here. With this experience, if you had to compare it to like a final episode from an anime, what would it be?
Well, I'm not really sure because I just got punched in the head a bunch, but I like to think it would be that scene from My Hero, or maybe one of the scenes where the hero doesn't win, but keeps trying, except I'm going to retire, so maybe not.
Congrats on an amazing career.
Thank you, sir.
Right here,
Roxanne.
Oh, sorry, you go ahead, sir.
Okay, Roxanne, first off, obviously, congratulations on a great career. I'm sure you're not thinking about this too much right now, but do you think when you look back on this moment and this night, you'll kind of think, like, famously in combat sports, you go out with a loss. Will you kind of look back on it and go, you did it the right way?
Yes. I feel like I've made good decisions from my last training camp, and I feel very accomplished with what I did. And it's very unfortunate that I have a loss, and it hurts my soul a little bit, but I'm okay with my decisions. And I'd just like to take a moment and thank my team, Syndicate MMA, my head coach, John Wood, my strength conditioner, Lorenzo Pavlica, Mike Pyle, also Johnny Parsons. He really helped me evolve in this last fight camp. Chris Roman, my fiance, and Kira Kajenes, who's my first MMA coach ever. Also, I'm excited to work with Marshall Rogan Inu, a new crypto company that is working on supporting fighters. So thank you to all of them.
Is it possible to put into words what exactly was going through your mind when you let out that kind of like primal roar going into the third round, what your emotions were?
Plus ultra. I really wanted to sum it up all, like, I was like, oh, this is my last 5 minutes ever in the octagon, and I really wanted to bring it forth and power up.
You've been in there with some incredible women. Where does Casey rank? Do you think that she has what it takes now? Obviously, she's very young in her career, but undefeated, 9-0. Do you think she has what it takes to get to the top of the division and perhaps challenge Valentina one day?
Absolutely. Yep, she's strong, and if she works hard, she can do it.
All right. I know it's probably not a easy question to answer, but what would you say is the most memorable moment of your career?
Gosh. Well, I did forget to step on the scale at ceremonial weigh-ins yesterday, just because I was so excited. Maybe, oh gosh, I'm not sure. Fighting for the title was amazing, and just the letdown that was it. So I fought Nico Montano for the title, and I tried so hard, and just I gave every ounce of my strength against that, and then she was the winner, and I was sad, and I was standing there, and then Daniel Cormier was like, don't go, and I was like, all right, so I'm staying there, and everyone's celebrating, and I'm like super bummed, and then Daniel comes over to me, and the crowd starts cheering, and he just smiled, and the crowd was cheering so loudly, and I was like, oh, that's so cool. Like, they love me. I'm just like a weird, awkward, like, anime dork who tries really hard as a martial artist, and they're cheering for me. That was so cool.
Congratulations on the remarkable career.
Thank you.
Actually, one more. You mentioned that you were almost taken aback by the crowd support. Of course, a lot of support for you going into this when you announced way in advance that this would be your last fight. But still, on the night, like obviously there was some dispute about whether this should have possibly been on the main card or not. Were you surprised at how loud that crowd was? I mean, the second they put the graphic up on the board, Modafferi versus O'Neill, people went absolutely nuts.
That was really cool. I'm not surprised I wasn't on the main card, but I don't care about that. I just got to fight, and I got to be in the UFC, and I love the UFC, and it's one of my life goals was to fight in the UFC, and I accomplished my life goal. Ouch. So I'm happy.
Congratulations again.
Thank you.
Roxanne, I thought your composure all week was commendable. You know, I thought if I was in the same position, I don't know if I could have kept it together. Were there any moments during the fight week where maybe it did all become almost too much, and that it would maybe affect your fight?
There were a lot of emotions in this fight week. I am very excited about my life going forward. I have a fiance and a new life ahead of me, and I just tried to stay focused on this upcoming fight, and I was super happy with my training, so I just tried to, you know, I've had a lot of stressful moments. The Ultimate Fighter was more stressful, actually. So I think I lost the question in my answer, but I tried really hard, and it was good.
And I know a lot of people, you know, when they tend to do retire, you know, stay with MMA in some form. And I know one of the greatest things I know in Vegas is hearing of how you teach a lot of kids in jiu-jitsu, and they absolutely love you and adore you. And hopefully that sort of thing, while this new life going forward, is that some things that you're still planning on and maintaining as well?
Yes, I want to train a lot of jiu-jitsu and teach a lot of jiu-jitsu, and get back into teaching kids again, because it's very important to me to raise the next generation as good martial artists.
And lastly, I know you said that you left it all out there. Are there any regrets of anything that you wish that you maybe did in your career that you didn't get a chance to get to?
Maybe go to Brazil. I kind of
fight in
always
Brazil?
wanted to, fight in Brazil. But other than that, no, I'm happy.
Incredible. Thank you for a great career.
Thank you. Thank you, all media, for interviewing me and writing articles and covering the sport. It's tough. I know I've done interviews myself, so thank you, all of you fellas, and gals and girls, and guys. I can talk. Okay, bye.
Thank you.